Hi there, and welcome back to K-pop Appreciation. My name is Simon, and today you're going to be checking out the Korean seasonal supergroup Refund Sisters and their song "Don't Touch Me." For those of you new to the channel, this isn't a first-time reaction kind of thing. I have watched this video, heard the song many, many, many times already, okay? What we're going to do here instead, we're going to watch the video 2 times. The first time, I won't interrupt or anything. I won't pause it. I might make a comment here or there. That's about it. And the second view through, I definitely will pause at certain spots to share my thoughts and feelings about the music, the video, the phenomenally talented women that make up Refund Sisters, etc. Okay, pretty basic stuff. I apologize. It's been a while since I posted a video. Last week was I'm here in America. If you're an international viewer, and we had an election last week that lasted way too long, but it was expected. I'm glad it lasted that long for accurate counts. So yeah, I was distracted with that, and I was just exhausted. So yeah, but I'm back. So okay, if you're new to K-pop, this group is considered to be a super group. Okay, the four ladies that make up Refund Sisters, three out of the four are soloists usually. Only one of them, the maknae, Shilby, is in another group called Mamamoo. Okay, so but I'll get to the names and stuff later. Let's just get right into the song because it's a banger. I love it. Here we go. Here is Refund Sisters' "Don't Touch Me." We're gonna be talking about the significance of that intro. So that's the leader, or they're on the motorcycle on the left. You know what? I'm just gonna say their real names, okay? So this is Jessi, okay? Eunbi is her name in Refund Sisters. This is the leader, Lee Hyori, who is Chunok. That's her name in the group. And this is Jungwa, a legend. Manok is her name in the group. Go to Hwasa of Mamamoo that you're seeing right here. Shilby. So what? I love that blah 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 part. I love the song. I love the lyrical flow. I love the beat, melody, and Jessi's just rap. Her guttural voice with that rap is great. Perfect. That bridge was perfect for Hwasa or Shilby's tone there. And here we got Jungwa, who's a well-renowned vocalist in Korea. I like this ending choreo in the outro here. It's simple, easy to follow. We're going to talk about the simple choreography later. I like this shot. They're just kind of like laughing and goofing off. They're just happy that the director yelled cut. And I like, right here, produced by Jimmy Yu. And a very, I don't know if you're familiar with like old like 70s martial arts films by a production company that was run by the Shaw Brothers, and that they always had those kinds of intros and outros, like a Shaw Brothers production. It's that style. It's like super grainy film and everything. Yeah. So okay, if you are well versed in K-pop, you can get up and get a drink at this point. Okay, if you're because I'm about to, for the newer K-pop fans, I need to explain certain things, why this is a super group. So if you're new to K-pop or you don't have a whole lot of context here, so there is a TV show in South Korea. It's a variety show. It's called Hang Out With You, or it's also known Hang Out With You or How Do You Play. Okay, it's yeah, and the TV show. The premise follows this TV star. He's a variety show star. He's a great MC. His name is Yoo Jae-suk. Yoo Jae-suk is he's like this comedian. Well, earlier he was this like actor, comedian, and then he just transitioned to being like a variety show host. And he's like really well loved. I mean, he's beloved in all of Korea. They love him. He's a host on this awesome show called Running Man, which is hysterical. As I got into K-pop, I wanted to see more of like the artists I enjoyed. I wanted to see them in interviews and everything, and they would be on these variety shows. And he's usually the one like on these variety shows, like interviewing them or interacting with them. Anyway, so starting in September. Yoo Jae-suk was like, well, I want to. So in that show, he pretends to like take on the persona, right, of something that he wants to try. So he wants to pretend to be like the manager of a K-pop group. Not just the manager, excuse me. He wants to be like the CEO of an entertainment agency that manages a K-pop group. So he took on the persona of Jimmy Yu, okay? And his haircut's like ridiculous. It's like something out of like really bad late 70s East Asian fashion for men. Like the bowl haircut is awful, but it's so good at the same time. And this project got started because in the summer he took on the persona of a K-pop singer, and the one girl here in this group, Lee Hyori, she was involved with that, and she had mentioned offhand her dream group would be to have Jessi, Hwasa, and Jung-hwa with her on a group. So that's how that whole thing got started. Yeah, so it's really funny. And like how as Yoo Jae-suk as Jimmy Yu pretends to be like really like shady and everything, and he's like, yeah, I'll make you your video for like $5,000. I've got a lot of connections. We won't need to sink in a lot of money, and everything like that. And like the contracts are like super ridiculous, like Lee Hyori's contract. In like the fake contracts they signed for this super group, Lee Hyori is like, well, I get to leave if I get pregnant, because she is married. She has a common law marriage with her man back on Jeju Island. I'll get to Lee Hyori in a second. Anyway, or like in Hawasa's case, like if she's not well fed, she gets to leave or something. Oh, and they all agree like the choreography has to be super simple. They don't want to learn difficult choreography. All four of them were like that. So yeah. So it was a lighthearted variety show. I'll be honest, I wanted to, like, when this video came out, like October 27th or something like that, I wanted to react to it immediately with all of you, but I wanted to wait because I was waiting for the next episode of this variety show to air, because it was going to show like the behind the scenes, and I did that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. I watched the episode, but then it was like election week in America, and then I just got distracted. So anyway, all right, I can share the anecdotes with you as we watch the video again, because there's some really funny ones. Yeah, it's just, yeah, okay, so that's Lee Hyori right there, you can see. So if you're new to K-pop, I remember when I learned about K-pop, when I did my research, Lee Hyori is like like well, no, not even second generation. I mean, she straddles first generation, second generation K-pop. Yeah, she's like the OG queen. I'm yeah. She was the leader of a group called Finkel, Finkl. Each letter is capitalized in that one. Yeah, and she was kind of a badass. You know, most K-pop stars like are demure and like humble, and she was from what I can see from old footage. You know, she paid lip service to the whole yes, I'll try to be humble, but she had a little bit of an attitude, and my understanding is a lot of variety shows back in the day were too scared to cast her because she had a mouth and everything. And yet there was one nasty plagiarism scandal she got involved in. I think in 2005 or something. Someone said like she copied a Britney Spears song or something like that. And it wasn't her fault. It was like her producer's fault or something. And pretty much after that, she kind of retired from the public eye. She fell in love and got married. Sung Soon, is that his name? The man she fell in love with was like like guitarist for like a Korean band, and they had met. One thing I love about Lee Hyori, she's a really big advocate for animal rights and adopting dogs and cats. You don't see a lot of this in Asia. I don't care what Asian you are, kind of Asian you are, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Vietnamese. You don't see a lot of this. You know, I would argue the West is definitely more enlightened when it comes to animal rights. In case Hiyori, she really tries to raise awareness about, you know, stray dogs, stray cats, spay, neuter your pets. You know, I'm sorry I feel this way because my beloved beagle Gizmo, who's sleeping over my left shoulder, you know, you know, he was a rescue animal. I adopted him from the shelter. Anyway, so she retired, and you know, and there's her, you know, she's pretty loaded with money. So she bought this beautiful house on Jeju Island, and yeah, her and her husband kind of lived in domestic bliss with their like what at the time I think they had like 5 rescue dogs and 3 rescue cats or something. And then like and you could see this on Netflix actually in 2017, 2018. There was a reality show called Hiyori's Bed and Breakfast. I think that's what it's called in English on Netflix. There are 2 seasons of it where, you know, she runs her house like an Airbnb essentially. Okay, and yeah, it's really cool. Again, it's a slice of life kind of thing. It's very slow paced. There's no action or anything like that. You know, you just get a peek and see how these people live, you know, running their Airbnb at the time. So, but anyway, so Lee Hyori's 41. So the cool thing about Refund Sisters is that I like how it's you know, this happens in the West as well, where like if you're a woman and you're like 35, you know, it's a death sentence. 40, forget it, you're a hag. You know, and the East is just like the West, unfortunately in that regard. And so Lee Hyori here is and her stage name for this it's Chon Ok. Ok means jade in Korean. Chun means like divine or heavenly, so it's like divine jade or heavenly jade, like a heavenly jade avatar, you know, descended from the heavens or something. You know, yeah. Anyway, but what was I saying? No, yeah. So she's 41. She looks fantastic. So anyway, all right. Let's just get to it. Oh, okay. Jung-hwa here, who is 51. I'll be honest with you, I knew nothing about Jung-hwa until I was watching, you know, this variety show, and I did some research. And first off, she looks, oh my god, her physical fitness is amazing for 51 years old. All right, and she's beautiful. I was shocked. If I had to pick a bias in the group, I'd pick Jung-hwa, definitely. Anyway, so this shot right here, all right, right there. So Jung-hwa is famous for a performance where she was performing like on you know, like when when the electrical company fixed like a downed like a wire, like an electrical wire, and they have that lift thing, you know, like that platform, and you crank it up and the platform raises. She's on that right now. Okay, and they draped the dress over it, and she performed in something like that. So yeah, as she got older, she transitioned to acting, so she's apparently a really good actress as well. She had thyroid cancer. She had thyroid cancer, and they operated on her throat, and so it changed her vocal cords a bit. And she was really self-conscious about that. Recording this here, but one of the founders of one of the top three Korean entertainment agencies, JYP, of JYP Entertainment, he says the hands down, she's Korea's best singer, hands down. And that says something. It's coming from JYP. So yeah, but no, 51, amazing, great vocalist. So this is like an homage. I think this was actually Hiyori's idea. Okay, to like, hey, when we do the video, let's put Jungwa, on the crane thing, and and we'll come out from under her dress as an homage. And first they think we're gonna do it, but they did it. So yeah, I love this siren sound in the beginning. Dun, dun, dun. Ha, ha. Man, they all look good. They all look great. Yeah. So, if you don't know, Jessi is a badass rapper. She's Korean American, very Americanized. She was pretty much raised in New Jersey, New York. She is 35. Okay, which for K-pop idols is like old. You're considered old. Okay, at 35, and she just had her latest comeback. It was her best comeback ever, Nana, which I've appreciated on this channel. What I'll do in the description box, I'll link. I've done. I've if you're interested in, I'll link stuff what Jessi's done and Hawassa what they've done as well. Okay, I haven't. Yeah, I'll have to. For Hiyori, there's stuff I can appreciate. Jung-hwa, man, the video quality might not be very good because she's like first generation. Like we're talking about 1993, 1994, kind of deal. Anyway, but yeah, Jessi's a badass. Eunbi was the name they gave her because she didn't want to be called Eunbi, and they just stuck it on her. So yeah. Ha! That move right there. That's an homage to Jessi's song Nana. That dance move right there. Right here. Yeah. Oh, man, Hiyori. So, hold on for a second. I want to pause right where it's... Oh, perfect. Right there. So, Hiyori said when she was performing in the late 90s with Finkel, or when she went solo, her favorite stage prop was an industrial fan. She always needed the fan to be blown on her because she said she looks her best with that fan blown. And it's I like how upfront she's about it. Interestingly enough, she has no chill at this point, because there's nothing left for her to prove. She's 41, she's made it in the business, But at one point, Hiyori said they were talking about the choreography, like if it's going to be too hard to be when they perform on the music show, which they wound up doing one music show performance, which was Show Music Core, which was the same channel that broadcasts this Hangout with You variety show, or How Do You Play. She said, you know what, it's not going to matter because we're just going to lip sync anyway. So I was just like, wow. Some artists don't like to admit that because there's a lot of lip syncing that goes on in K-pop, or like the backtrack is turned up so high, and they could sing, but sometimes they won't have to because they have to execute the choreo. So yeah, I appreciate her honesty. Where it says 10,000, okay, or it's ok, 10, man means 10,000 in Korean. Ok, as I said, is jade. So yeah, it was chon ok and man ok. So yeah. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a fan of her wig. This super short bob red wig, but then I was thinking about, what? It does echo back to a time, in that era of K-pop where they would have this kind of hairstyle with the really atomic red, too. Also, the fact that the camera filter has this reddish tint to it as well. I think that's what's bothering me about it, but overall, I mean, it's freaking Jung-hwa, and her voice is just amazing for her age, and considering that she's had thyroid cancer, and she's a survivor of that. It kind of reminds me of, there's an 80s song called Total Eclipse of the Heart. Bonnie Tyler. I think Bonnie Tyler had some sort of like throat cancer or something, but she had an operation and like her voice changed. I remember, and a lot of people were like, oh, will she ever sound the same again? Da, da. But she sang a couple decent songs after that. So again, so respect. That's an in joke because Hawassa just eats all the time. So they wanted to film her so she had something. And Hawassa. So if you don't know, Hawassa is in a group called Mamamoo, my favorite group ever in K-pop. Well, not ever. I argue it's my favorite group. Yeah, it's up there. So yeah, and she's a force to be reckoned with. Great performative ability, very distinct voice. So let's look at this background. They're in an abandoned factory, okay? I'm sure they did not just spend $5,000 on it. So when Yoo Jae-suk in his persona of Jimmy Yoo, he was like shilling around for like deals, like a cheap set, and he was like, "Hey, I found an abandoned factory. We'll shoot the video, and we'll do your photo shoot simultaneously when you're not shooting the video in front of the camera." Blah blah. But yeah, but he kept saying $5,000. You cannot shoot anything for $5,000. Not in Korea, okay? If you want quality, okay? So I'm pretty sure that that was just a gag, and MBC, that's the broadcasting channel that airs this show. I'm sure they footed the bill. So okay. So you saw the choreo, right? Like what? You take your right arm, swing it rightwards. You take your left arm, swing it leftwards, in a direction away from you. Okay. I when I first saw that, I was like, And I had a little bit of a disconnect because I've seen Hawassa, Hiyori, and Jessi dance, and I know they can execute more complicated choreography. But then I remembered, you know what? Here's the thing: they're doing this for shits and giggles and for fun. And I don't blame them if they don't want super complicated choreography. Okay, and I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. It took me a minute or two just to deal with it. Reconcile with it, reconcile those feelings. Oh, I love her voice in this post-chorus. And Jessi here. Oh, I don't believe she's 41. I don't believe she's 51. Look at that. Now here's the thing. Some of you may say, well, Simon, there's a lot of editing that goes into these videos, and you're right. You're absolutely right. But I've watched both seasons, a season and a half of Hiyori's Homestay or Hiyori's Bed and Breakfast on Netflix. I've seen her with zero makeup on as she's like picking up dog shit in her yard and or cutting the weeds or just walking her dogs or like planting perilla seeds. Okay, I've seen her with her no makeup face on and she's still freaking gorgeous. Yeah, and like on the show with Hang Out With You or How Do You Play, you see their moments when they don't have any makeup. They're just like themselves, and no, they look good. Yeah. So this rap, so when Jessi, you see this on the show, Jessi goes in for the rap, right? She tells the production team, like, listen, I only wrote an English rap, because Jessi's not really fluent in Korean. She still stumbles over some words. So she's like, I only wrote an English rap, and the English rap was so good. I wish they kept most of it. They kept some of it, like Tell Me Who's Hot or Not, you're dealing with a four-headed monster. They kept that part, but there was other things like where she mentions like you're giving me a refund. Oh, the name Refund Sisters. The idea is like these four women are so tough, so when they go into a store and they demand a refund, you got to give it to them. The idea comes from the fact in Korean society, and in most Asian societies, it's very difficult to ask for a refund. It's just not done. Okay, not like in America where we do it all the time. Hell, I do it all the time. Every 3 weeks or so, I go back to like frickin' the supermarket. I'm like, these cashew. What did I return the other day? Pistachio nuts. I returned pistachio nuts at Sam's Club, which is a really big wholesale place like Costco or Tesco. I had opened the pistachio nuts, and and I ate like a handful. I'm like, man, these taste stale. and I took it back a week later. I did have a receipt. I want a new bag. Give it to me because I'm American. This is how we roll. Okay, so other people around the world think scandalous. So yeah, so that's why this is a thing. And, it's a big deal in Korea. The Refund sisters. Anyway. You're dealing with a four-headed monster. I love the lighting they did for Jessi here. That off purple pink is great. I don't do like wallpaper, K-pop wallpaper on my desktop computer at home. But man, if I was to pick a K-pop image, I'd pick that one. First off, she looks amazing, even yawning. Although I'm a little biased because I really like Mamamoo, but I just love it. Great shot. What good choice on the video director. Again, the red lighting. I mean, first I thought, man, is this overkill? I mean, she's got the red little tutu around around her waist, and her hair is already red. But you know what? If they're committing to the color palette, right? I mean, why not? I'll just ramp up. And the lighting behind Hawassa is great. I know, and that crop top she's got on. Oh man, I'm sure there's a lot of Jessi. Sorry. There we go, right there. Again, the set is really simple. Again, I told you they did it at the factory, abandoned factory. Yeah. Wow. Okay, moving on. So here she's got to the lollipop. That was her idea. First it was like, you know what, Hiyori, we're gonna have you move through the laser beams like you're in a heist, you're gonna steal something, and then they took a couple takes, and she was like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, give me a lollipop, Again, she's a freaking pro at this. Hawassa's voice. That scene right there. Again, she bends. Hiyori is a freaking yoga master. Like on that show I was telling you about, Hiyori's Bed and Breakfast, Hiyori's Homestay. Oh, sorry, my dog is up. She wakes up at freaking 4:30 in the morning or 4 in the morning to go to the yoga studio in downtown. So come no okay. So yeah, and so she's very limber. So Hiyori. That right there, they're like, we're gonna have you throw a grenade. It wasn't a real grenade, so what happened was she chucks it in there, and there's a guy with like a gigantic fire extinguisher and with a loud flashbang. It wasn't a real flashbang device, but it was but it made a lot of smoke and it caused an explosion. It made a very loud booming noise. So yeah, that fire was nuts. So they're like, okay, we're gonna shoot this last scene and come to the next room, and that ring of fire was lit. Not all the way high. It was I want you to think of a stove. You know how you can control, not an induction stove, like an old-fashioned gas stove, where, if you turn it low, medium, the flame will rise accordingly, or dimmer, or be, or lower accordingly, right? It was like that. So when they come in, I think it was Jessi's like, do you want us to jump over this? What are we supposed to do? And it looked really dangerous. Yeah, hold on for a second. Gizmo, come up. Come on. You can jump up? Sorry, my dog is... Alright. Gizmo's being a little diva. I'm not sure what he wants. So, anyway, but no. So that's real fire. Yeah. Sorry. Give me a second. Alright, Gizmo, come here. You gonna jump up? You gonna jump up? Okay, he's not going to do it. Sorry about that. Moving on. I'm a little sad I didn't see any behind the scenes with the fight sequences, so they didn't air those. Oh. Do you see Hawasa's expression? I love it. She's the queen of facial expressions. She's like, I don't care. And it was cut. Yeah. I think it's really cool that they just broke down all those barriers in terms of age. You know, a woman does not expire. She doesn't have an expiration date like by 35. That's bullshit. So, yeah. Go produced by Jimmy Yu. Oh my god, this video went on for 30 minutes. Okay, well listen. Hope you liked the song, and thanks for your patience. I appreciate you spending the last 30 minutes of your life with me. All right. I'll be back soon with another video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be good to each other. I will catch you all later. Bye bye for now.